everyone, my name is Mehek. I hope you guys are doing fine and safe, and like always I also hope that you guys are reading. Back with another book that I finished reading, which was a very quick and easy read. In fact, I finished it in just one setting. The book is What a Wonderful World. That's how it looks. It's a hardcover. Now, there's no particular author for this book. It was published by Harper Collins. Now, we all know that what a chaotic world that we all live in, and we are every day bombarded with bad news, and it sometimes takes a toll on you, and there is anxiety, and you often feel like what's happening, where are we headed to, and there's nothing really good happening. But this book, or the HarperCollins people, what they have done, a wonderful thing, is that, they have compiled, good things from all around the world. So the publishers are saying, they're giving out this message that there are a lot of wonderful things that are happening around the world, It is difficult to know about them because sadly, our news channels are not big about sharing about good news, around the world. So it's all about, knowing the right sources to look at, for these good news. But there are definitely good things and hopeful things and positive things that are happening around the world. People are taking some really nice positive steps to make this world a better place. We just have to know where to look at. So HarperCollins, they have, basically compiled, 100 good news from around the globe, whatever is happening, and they have listed in this book. So they basically are advising you that at the end of the day, before sleeping, just unwind and just keep your device aside, relax, and just go through these books, read these good news, which kind of puts your mind at ease. Like it says here, good news stories to calm your mind for a peaceful night's sleep. So these stories help you to calm your mind, and you suddenly develop this feeling, this hopeful feeling that yes, there is good happening around the world. And what it helps you is that it leaves you in feeling inspired. And it also, when you wake up in the morning, the publishers are saying that you will, reading these stories, you will wake up in the morning with a renewed spirit, and to take on the world with this new hopeful energy that you will get by reading this book. Now obviously there are like hundreds really good stories or headlines in this book. Can't take you through all, but as always I have just folded pages of few of my favorites, one that I'll quickly take you through. The first one is of this military base which is transformed into wildlife sanctuaries. So some 62 former military bases which once served as defense between East and West Germany during 4 decades of conflict are now home to eagles, woodpeckers, bats, beetles, and more. And now the government has decided to convert these unused sites into nature reserves, with some parts that are also open for the public use. So this was very nice, like place which was once used as a war zone is now converted into, this wildlife sanctuary. Okay, this was again very interesting from our country itself, India. Flower power brings hope. As villages across Kerala, South India shut down during the COVID-19 pandemic, the women of Chennai Pallipuram found a way to bring hope, color, and a source of income to their home by transforming their villages into a beautiful flower bed. They started growing various flowers, and this provided employment to 340 women who worked to cultivate 34 hectares or 85 acres of land. The women were paid for their time, and the flowers were sold for use in temple rituals and functions such as weddings, with residents enjoying a good return due to demand. So this helped the women in that area have employment, and have a source of income during the lockdown. Okay, yeah, this was also very interesting. Period pants save female-led factory. A female-led garment factory in Shenzhen, southern eastern China, found itself at risk of closure after the 2020 pandemic brought production almost to a halt. With existing orders cancelled and no sign of new ones, the excess fabric it housed was unlikely to be used. So the makers started wondering, what are they going to use, do of this excess fabric which is going to lie, and it is going to go waste. And they also thought that the factory would close down, people would lose their jobs, and this material would be ultimately sent to landfill, thereby affecting the environment. So what the factory owner did was he reached out to a neighboring business, the manufacturing facility of a small UK based sustainable period underwear company called VUCA, and asked if the company could buy their fabric. So VUCA, which stands for Wake Up Kick Ass, decided to help. What did they do? The company created a unique design and repurposed the polyester to make 17,000 pairs of period pants, saving hundreds of jobs and ensuring that the material do not go to the landfill. They donated 2,000 pairs of pants to Days for Girls International, a non-profit fighting for menstrual equity. So all this, fabric which could actually go to the landfill, this company called VUCA, they not only bought that fabric, but, redesigned it and made these period pants which were useful. And they also helped the factory owner, the jobs were saved, the factory did not close down. So ultimately it was a win-win situation for all. Definitely a good news to read before you sleep. Another one. Yeah, did you all know there is an organization called Rainbow Railroad? So it is a Canadian charity, and it was basically inspired by and operates on the same principles as the Underground Railroad. So this, what they do is they respond to requests for help from various LGBTQ people from across the globe, and they determine effective routes to safety and working with trusted local contacts. So if you are staying in a city or a country where you don't have your proper rights and you are being harassed, this charity basically helps you. You can get in touch with them. They will ensure that you have an effective passage to another country, you move to a safer environment, and they also help you to gain employment and generally look after you all. So I think very interesting organization. Yeah, another good news, 11-year-old helps parents in needs. After learning of a shortage of nappies during the early days of the coronavirus pandemic, 11-year-old Cartier Carey spent the summer holiday at his lemonade stand in Hampton, Virginia, raising money to buy supplies for parents who needed help. In the end, he raised $4,500, enough to buy more than 22,000 nappies. Now, he has set up a charity called Kids for Change with his mum as a way of encouraging other children to see that they are never too young to make a difference. Another good news. Yeah, there's a hospital in Boston which has transformed its rooftop into a fully organic vegetable farm and now produces 3,175 kg of food a year, improving the health of some of the city's most vulnerable people. Sustainability and education remain core to this very initiative that the hospital started. It is also a place to teach staff about food role as medicine. Very interesting way, I feel. Okay, this is again a very unique idea that I came across. A saloon uses hair to clean the ocean, which is basically an environmental friendly technique using its customers' hair to clean up ravaged oceans and waterways. What they do is, the hair that is saved is packed into recycled nylon hosiery, covered in mesh and made into hair booms. They are used for soaking up coastal oil spills. Once used to absorb the oil, the booms can then be cleaned and used all over again. Imagine, we just throw away our hair at the salon, but they can be actually used to save the environment. What a wonderful thought. There are a lot of news and the video is turning longer, sorry. Another one, this was actually one of the most favorite ones. So there's this project called Nozomi Project in Japan, and it is a female led team. What they do is they take your pieces of broken pottery and then they transform into beautiful unique pieces of jewelry that are sold across the globe. This has not only provided employment to people, but it's also based on a very beautiful concept in Japan called wabi sabi, which is you find beauty in broken things. Then I think there was this news on, Canada launches nature prescription program. The benefits of spending time in nature have long been extolled, although the idea of a nature prescription is a relatively new one. But in 2021, doctors and other healthcare providers in Canada became able to prescribe time in nature thanks to the park prescription. So imagine the doctor is actually writing in the prescriptions that you're supposed to spend certain, maybe like 20 minutes in nature, which is a compulsory thing. And again, there's one news on Uttarakhand, which is, yeah. In March 2021, Uttarakhand became the first Indian state to give married women co-ownership of their husband's ancestral property. The Uttarakhand Zamindari Abolition and Land Reforms Act will affect some 350,000 women who manage properties either alongside or in the absence of their husbands. So yeah, these and there are a lot more news which are very interesting. So all in all, I would say people, who suffer from anxiety in the night, they have issues before sleeping, you could try reading this book. It definitely helps. And like I, said earlier in the start of the video, that this book, leaves you feeling very positive and inspired, and you feel that, no step is small. You might think it is a bizarre idea, but every step counts, to make this world a beautiful place. Also at the end, what the publishers have done is they have given us a sources of, like if you see this, they have listed down these fantastic resources for good news. So I mean, the good news just doesn't end with this book. There are actually sources and dedicated media sections, where you can go and read about good news every day, and yeah, I think that really helps. It also inspires you to take positive step in your environment. So yeah, all in all, I think it was a very positive and inspiring read, and I would definitely recommend to each one of you. If you cannot read the books, there are sources in this book, that you can look at for reading the good news. If you want to know about these sources, please let me know in the comments and I would happily list them down for you. Yeah, so that's all on this book. I'm going to see you guys next week with another title. Till then, take care. Bye bye.